besties. We are back with another episode of the Girls That Get It podcast with your favorite hosts on the internet, Ken and Hannah.
Well, look at us moving up the ranks real fast on
That
that
happened quick. Last week was our debut comeback, and now we're already the favorite hosts on the internet. So we are climbing up that ladder.
Hey, as someone once said, if you got it, you got it.
Exactly. Now that's the best advice I've ever heard. That's just facts.
It's just a fact.
So yeah, we are back, season 2, baby, second episode. What are we doing today? Tell the people.
You guys, it's your favorite type of episode. It's my favorite type of
Our
episode.
favorite, for sure.
We call these just our random Q&As. We're still workshopping a better title because it's not that exciting. But basically what this is, I've compiled a list of questions for Hannah. Hannah has compiled a list of questions for me. And so we're just going to get at it. Neither of us knows what's coming. And that's the best part of this because it really puts us on our toes. Sometimes we get a little deep, sometimes a little goofy, but sometimes a little bit of both. And as Hannah Montana once said,
you get
we
the
do in the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
So, do you want to take it away?
Okay, sure. Yeah, why not? Okay, let's see.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm a little nervous. I'm not ready.
I know this is all. I always get so nervous because I'm like, what's she gonna ask me? I don't know the answer. Blah blah blah. But then they always end up being the best conversations, and we look back and we're like, that was such a fun episode. So let's see. I'm gonna start with a light one. Okay, actually, yeah, this is light, but you're gonna be like, bitch, really? When is the YouTube comeback? And I will say this one time and one time only. I asked you this last time we did a random Q&A, and I don't remember what you said, but I think you were like, oh, it's coming, but it's not here. And so I proposed that question again.
I respect this. And I love that we're starting the episode with this. Truthfully, you guys, I have filmed the comeback video.
Woo! You heard it here
all
first.
The times prior, I had not.
Hot off the
press.
And I
had no intention of it. So I was just, I don't want to say lying through my teeth because I don't think I lie. I just wasn't being completely honest with where I was at.
Right.
In terms of recording, but I deep dive into everything, like absolutely everything in the video I filmed.
I'm so excited to see this.
I know there's going to be a lot of clicks just to see.
People will be watching.
People will be watching. Great way to put it. So yeah, I just talk about why I took time off, where I'm at, what I've been doing for the past year. And even though we kind of touched on certain things in the last episode, in my personal comeback video, it's more so along the lines of like deeper.
Yeah.
More serious, more authentically who I am. And not that I wasn't in the other one. I'm just a silly, goofy girl that wants to have a great life and have fun. But I just talk about the honest truth. And I'm at a place where I want to challenge myself to be vulnerable on the internet. And not even just on the internet and life. Like, this is who I am. I deeply care about a lot of things, and I'm not afraid of it. I am so confident and proud of who I am. I'm just going to continue to show that when and where I want. So I've already told Han, but there's not a schedule. There's not a routine. When I want, what I want is going to go up on all platforms. And I just want to get back to publishing aspects of my life. There's still things I'm always going to keep private, but I'm ready. I've took some time off, and now it's game time,
bitches. I'm I am. Yeah, I'm really excited.
If anyone's not ready, it's me, because recently, not that I was testing the waters, but I kind of just decided to sprinkle a few Snap stories and Insta stories, and sure enough, the comments and the DMs were flooded.
The
woodworks.
It
was so dry. It was
the woodworks were working.
They were working. And truthfully, it was not only were the DMs themselves dry, what I posted was dry. And so people were really fishing for straws. Like,
yeah.
You know, so, but I'm ready to challenge myself with those interactions, and it's going to be a good one. So I would buckle up if I were you guys, because
shit, let me get my
wild ride.
seatbelt. I'm excited. I'm ready for this.
There we go. Woo!
Okay, good.
All right,
good.
I'm
Great
pulling
start.
up my questions, guys. I have a lot of questions. I'm not going to ask them all today. I'm
scared.
I gotta decide where I want to start.
Give me an easy one first.
Okay, I'll start you with the easy one.
Ooh,
So I've been trying to get you on this bandwagon for a long time, and you finally crossed the bridge of reading the Colleen Hoover books.
okay, yeah.
So I would
Yeah.
love to know your thoughts. She specifically has read It Ends With Us. Have you read the sequel to that?
Yes.
It Starts With Us, as
Yes.
well as Ugly Love, which I would say that is close to the Holy Trinity minus Verity, which I have opinions on, but it's not about me, it's about you. Tell me your thoughts on those 3 books.
Oh, okay. Okay. I know that Colleen Hoover gets like the she like gets crap for being like, oh, all of her books are the same, and it's like not mature, or it's like not for like mature readers or whatever. But let me just say, it is just like, have you not heard that? People say all the time like, oh, it's so like teenage and like very predictable and the same like love story over and over again. And I'm like, y'all, she has
I've
some.
heard that one, but as far as teenage, I wouldn't say those are teenage topics.
No, definitely not. It gets raunchy up in there.
It gets
I would,
dark.
if I was, yeah, no, it definitely does. I love the books that I've read so far. I can't decide which one is better. I think I want to say It Ends With Us just because that's so me. But Ugly Love was a journey, and I literally stayed up all night one night reading, like finishing it. Not all night, but I stayed up till like 3 a.m. finishing it because I was just like, I cannot put this book down. I think she just has a really good writing style that resonates with a lot of women, especially younger women.
Yeah.
And by younger, I mean like our age, like early to mid 20s in general. Because I think
We're still young.
yeah, no, we are. Yeah, no, we young.
Mhm.
But like her stories just, I don't know, they just connect with women on another level, I feel like, because so many of the things that they go through in the book is like, I think we were talking about this in the last episode about how like watching shows about like love and
Yeah.
romance and stuff can just
Yeah.
really put into perspective like what we maybe have gone through ourselves or have like witnessed other people go through. But it just hits hard because some of her like, I don't know, it's just good, it's entertaining, but it's also
Yeah.
has meaning behind just like the like love story that's there, if that makes sense. So
Yeah. For
I love
sure.
it. I want to read more of her books. I have another series of hers that's like the Maybe Someday, Maybe Now, Maybe Something series. My mom got
Okay.
that for me, and I don't even really know what it's about, to be honest, but that's next on my list. So I love
Hold
Colleen
on.
Hoover. Hold on, what? What happened?
My charger fell.
Oh
My charger
no.
fell.
Pause for the charger.
Pause. It's caught on stuff. Okay, sorry. I'm back.
That's okay. Which, speaking of Colleen
I haven't heard
Hoover,
of that series.
you haven't?
No, I mean, I obviously know who she is, but I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, there's 3
like
books.
series.
It's, I can't remember the order. Maybe Now, Maybe Never, Maybe Someday, or something like that. From the first book, I think it's about some girl who got cheated on, and she like ends up like finding love with her neighbor, but then her ex like tries to come back in the picture or something. I don't know, something like that. Which
Don't they always?
I know they always come back, as we know. Well, not just in general. They just, people always come back.
Yeah, keep that vague. Allegedly.
That's what I meant, that in general. I wasn't targeting anybody in particular. But tell me really briefly why you don't like Verity.
Okay.
That's not my question, but I just want to know since we're talking about Colleen Hoover.
Yeah. Back when Colleen Hoover was becoming hype, I was kind of re-getting into reading, which first off, I was never into reading, so re-getting into is a stretch.
You were getting into.
But yeah, getting into. But I was just kind of seeing popular books on TikTok, and I wanted to be a part of like the conversation or understand what people are talking about because it came so popular that I was like, I feel like I'm missing out. So I specifically got Ugly Love, It Ends With Us, and then Verity as like, because those were like the three bestsellers for like months on end for New York Times. And so the first one I read was Ugly Love and was instantly hooked. And then I did Verity, I think, was next because honestly, Verity for me was the one I saw everywhere, and people were like obsessed with it, and they said it was so good. And it is just dark, you guys. It is not like Ugly Love has dark aspects, but this is just pure cruel evil, in my opinion. Like,
Is it
I
like a
didn't
love
know what I was getting
story?
myself into.
Like, what's the premise? A girl, some like heartbreaking love story about a girl who wants a guy, but he
I mean,
doesn't
the
pay.
first
Like,
line, yeah, the first line is about a murder, or like not a murder, but like a death.
oh, oh,
And then there is a love story, but there's so much less focus on the love story. It's about writers.
oh, okay. So it's a lot different than
There's and
Ugly
it,
Love and It Ends With Us,
in my
in a way.
opinion, yes. And I just went in with that kind of vibe. And obviously, I can definitely see the parallels between It Ends With Us and Ugly Love.
Right.
I think Ugly Love reigns true for me because it was the first one I read, so I didn't have any like preconceived notions. And I think as far as like a love story, it's a little bit more accurate to my experiences in life, so I think I resonate with it more. But I don't, for me, Ugly Love at the end, like, she gives the guy another chance after too many. Like, I thought that didn't
Mm-hmm.
always send the right message.
Yeah, that's true.
Where
I
I
didn't.
thought It Ends With Us, I was like, damn, she did that right. But it's also because it worked out in her favor. Like, if
Yeah, It
story
Ends
would
With
have
Us
ended
was
badly,
fire.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's parallels to both that I really really like, um, and enjoy reading. But Verity was just wicked. I want you to read it just to say you went through it. It was one of those I hated reading every chapter, and I never like thought I would just stop reading.
Really?
I just it hurt, man.
You didn't finish it?
I did.
Oh,
And
you did.
it got nasty, and I literally had nightmares about this book.
Oh no! What
It's like the
the?
kind of story, it's like how she tells things are so realistic, not in the sense of like they're very like true stories,
I'm scared
but
now,
how the book ends, you kind of have to decide what you believe in.
girl.
There's not necessarily like written out on the page, at least
Yeah,
not in my opinion.
I just looked up like a not synopsis, but like what the book's
The
about.
summary, yeah.
Yeah, and this gives me nothing. It literally says Loan Ashley is a struggling writer on the brink of financial ruin when she accepts a job offer from Jeremy Crawford, husband of best-selling author Verity Crawford, to complete the remaining books in a successful series his injured wife is unable to finish. That gives me nothing.
No,
That sounds like a very different storyline than the other two, though. Like,
it
I feel
is.
like
I
the other
don't.
two are more similar.
Yeah, I don't want to give too much away because I want you to read it, so I can't really
Okay.
say much more. But
Don't say more. I will read it and we will
it's more of like a
reconvene
yeah.
about, because
So
now
you'll
I'm
read it.
so curious. Yeah, I'll read it. But
Okay, good.
I haven't started the other series I was about to read. Should I read Verity first or the other
Read
one?
Verity first. The
I don't even
podcast needs to know.
I don't even have Verity. I guess I could go buy it. I'm sure they sell it everywhere, but
Yeah, go get it.
Okay. Well, yeah, no. I love Colleen Hoover from what I've read, and I think they're just also fun, easy reads. Like, yes, they have
Yeah.
emotion and like there's more deeper meaning, but it's also a really easy read. And for me, sometimes reading like a super intense, like daunting book is too much. So I'm glad that I can read
Yeah.
hers easily and like fairly quickly.
Yeah. At the time of life for me that I was reading these books, I was in a place where I feel like I had suppressed or had been told to suppress a lot of emotions,
Yeah,
and reading them made me feel comfortable, like feeling those
feeling
again
those
or
things
wanting to feel
for
those again
sure,
or being okay.
for sure.
Um, which like I don't really know about, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's transition.
Sure.
I think I'm asking you a question.
Yes, it's your turn.
Ooh, let's see. Okay, this is another light one, and then we'll maybe switch off to a less light one. So I assume that you have heard about this because everybody and their mother has heard about this, and it's nothing that new, but we haven't talked about it. About the pickleball craze and how everybody is obsessed with
Oh,
pickleball.
yeah.
Now, my question to you is: when you heard about that, and when you hear about that, do you ever have an interest in like playing it or thinking that you would want to play it? Because literally everybody in the world, I feel like, is playing pickleball.
Yes, and I would like to set the record straight and say that Mike Casto did hop on this trend before anyone else.
Really?
When I
So
was
he was
living at
about this
home
life.
still, he bought a pickleball net and taped out a pickleball court on our court in the back
Oh,
and was
wow.
like, I really want to play. Will you learn with me? And I had no idea what this is, had never heard of it. We're not really net sport people. Like, we play volleyball, but that's about it. We're much more
Yeah.
of like ball action, you
Yeah.
know. And so I was like, sure. And so we played once, and I was like, this really isn't all that. And maybe we're just getting to learn. So we never played again. But we have a net and rackets and like balls sitting at home.
Wow, I didn't
And
know that.
then obviously I move away, and he every day he's like, can we play pickleball? Can we play pickleball? Like, and I told him when he just visited, I was like, you were right about the whole pickleball thing.
Now it's everywhere.
And now it's everywhere. Yeah, I've definitely had the crave recently to join like some sort of rec league next summer just to be involved and like meet new people and have a good time.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's pickleball. I still think I'm a volleyball girl at heart, but
Yeah, yeah.
I like the idea of pickleball, of how you can competitively play with girls and guys, because something about volleyball is if you're not good, it's not fun. Like, you can't really be competitive, and not that I
Mhm.
need to win, but it's like I want to at least have a good rally going, you know?
Right.
Um but what's nice about volleyball is you don't really need anything besides a ball.
Yeah, that's true.
Where pickleball, you got to go to a court. You can't play on the grass or I don't know.
Yeah, you got to get the equipment, the paddles, the ball, all the things.
Right. So I am happy a new sport has been introduced, because I think it's nice that a wave is about like an activity or a sport rather than just like a new app or a trend. Like,
For sure, for sure.
I've enjoyed that aspect of it.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I would like to try to play, but I don't even know if there are even any pickleball courts where I live. I think there's probably one, maybe, but
I think you can use a tennis court.
really? Isn't it pickleball court smaller
I
than a
think
tennis
so,
court?
but I think you can still like go to a net and like
And
either
use it.
tape it off or like,
Oh,
I wouldn't be surprised if like public tennis courts started to outline like
that's
pickleball
true.
courts as well, just to be multifaceted, you know?
Yeah. I bet you're right. Actually, that makes a lot of sense. Okay.
So
I just want to know your opinion on the whole craze because I see it literally everywhere all the time. Like I feel like it's all I see when I go on TikTok is just people playing pickleball. So,
I know. And then
wanted
I
your
kind of got
thoughts.
in to watching a little bit of the US Open, and I wish I
Yeah.
knew really how to play tennis. Like, I get you just hit the ball, but like I didn't grow up like getting down
I
with it, and I wish I got down with it.
I low key love tennis. I used to play. This is
I
gonna
didn't
be a
know this.
this is gonna be a throwback. I didn't play like competitively or anything, but I used to play with Myron all the time because he was obsessed
Damn.
with tennis, and we would play any chance we would get, and it was actually so much freaking fun. I When pickleball started to become a thing and like become popular, it reminded me of tennis, and I was like, I low key like loved playing tennis back in the day just for fun. Like it was a different sport, and I felt like I was actually kind of good at it. I wasn't a pro, but like I was getting
Right.
better, and it was a lot of fun. So I feel like I could be a tennis girly. Maybe not. We'll see.
Yeah. No, for sure. It looks like a lot of fun, so that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
And it's great to have those memories.
Yeah.
All right, my question for you. Bless you.
Thank you.
In the podcast episode we just filmed, you talked about how
Don't do
you
me. Don't do me. Don't do me.
we're diving in, girl. I
Okay,
gotta
what is
sprinkle my heavy hitters and my funny
okay.
ones,
All right.
So, okay. You talked about how you feel as if though Seattle and New York are places you've always wanted to live, and you made a comment something along the lines of you don't know if you ever will or don't think you ever will or something like that. One, what calls you specifically to each of those cities? Two, why do you think it's not going to or might not happen? And I don't have a third, so I'll go.
Okay. Well, yeah, what I said was that Seattle and New York are two places that I would love to live, and like part of me thinks it could happen, but there's also part of me that thinks like it never will and it'll always just be a dream. And there's a couple reasons why I say that, and a couple reasons why I love both of those cities. And I guess I'll start with the reason why I love them both so much. I think New York goes deeper than Seattle. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I will explain kind of why. So to start, New York has always been on my radar, like back since high school, just because I was really, me and Kenna both grew up dancing, as I think most people know, and specifically me, I was really into tap, and I still am. Like I still, oh, which by the way, there's a tap club at App.
You didn't tell me this one.
Did I?
Hmm.
Yeah, which is
I didn't know you went though.
yeah, I went last week, and it was a lot of fun. Anyway, that's beside the point. Um, I was really in high school, and especially when like you're finishing. A lot of people who grow up dancing, it's like you either you there's a point where you think in your mind like, am I gonna do this or am I not? Like I feel like most people go through that where they think of it as an option, but then they're like, either it's not for me or I'm gonna pursue it. And for me, I was kind of like, I love tapping so much, and I feel like I'm good, and I felt like I was good enough to have potential to do it, um like as a career or as a side career or in some capacity. And so like my dream was always to go to New York and tap, because I knew that LA, like while they had a dance scene, New York is more prominent for tap dancing because there's Broadway, um which like is a big thing. And then also there was a choreographer who I knew who was in New Jersey in that area. And so I always thought to myself like New York would be the perfect place to go to do this. Like I would love it. But then as I was like deciding what I wanted to do for college and all of that, it just kind of like that didn't happen. That wasn't my path for the time being, which was totally fine. But then I just like kept visiting New York because Kenna went to school in New York. So I visited her a lot, and me and my mom and my brother would go like a couple times, or we probably went like 3 times total or something like that, maybe 2, 3. I don't know, but I ended up going to New York a lot, and I ended up falling in love with it more and more every time I was there. And the reason, I don't even know what it is about it, but just something about the city is just unlike any other place. And like there's so many emotions that you feel when you're in a city like that. There's like excitement, there's hope. It's a little scary, but that's what makes it fun. And it's like there's just a grind and an energy that I feel like doesn't exist anywhere else. And
Preach, sister. That's good.
it's true though. And like part of me has always wanted something more and like something like that to exist in my life, even if it's temporary. And so really ever since I started visiting and started to fall in love with New York more and more, I was like, I could see myself living here. It's like a dream place that I feel like so many people want to live. It's where so many people go to like look for opportunities because there are so many. And so it's always been in the back of my mind, but part of me has always been like, I'll never actually do it because it's such anybody could do it. So I don't know why I think that. But for me, I feel like you have to be in a place mentally, financially ready to take on something like that, because it ain't cheap, as we all know. And it's also not cheap on your mental state either. Like,
That's a great way to put it.
I don't know how else to explain it. I feel like it can really
You
take
got to
a
be
toll
built
on you.
different. Yeah.
Right. And I think I would be fine. I think I would thrive. Obviously, there'd be ups and downs. But part of me is just scared to take the leap, which like that's just life. And obviously, like taking risks in life is what I mean. I feel like essential to succeeding. So I'm not saying I won't do it, but part of me just has a fear that lingers in the back of my mind about like I don't want to go and it not work out, or I don't want to.
Oh.
And which now that
But you don't live with
I
the fear of regret though of never doing it?
that's why I would do it, I think
Oh.
now. But I'm saying in
Okay.
the past I've always thought like
What if it doesn't work
maybe
out?
it wouldn't. Yeah, and which at this point in my life, if I went to New York, I would be getting some kind of like normal job, and who knows what would happen with the rest.
Right.
So I wouldn't just go move there with no job. I wouldn't do that. But yeah, that was kind of my thought process about that. And then similar, it's basically the same thing for Seattle. I've really like traveled there a lot over the last like few years and have gotten to know the city a little bit better. And I feel like that is also a place that I could see myself, but it's the same idea. It's like so far away from home, and like it's just a lot. It would just be a big transition, which honestly I think that's what I need. And I've always seen myself in a big city for a temporary portion of my life, and I feel like while I'm young it might be the best time to do it. So it's in the cards for when I finish grad school. I just
Yeah.
need to realistically figure out where would be better and just like the details because I haven't really looked into it much. But
Do you think it will be one of the two?
I don't
Or you're still
know.
open to anything?
I'm really open to anything. I don't have the only thing I know is that I don't want to stay in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Which never say never. Something crazy could happen, but my goal is
I
to
will
move
never
away
say never.
to okay, Justin Bieber. My goal is to move out of North Carolina for a few
Yeah.
years and kind of just like see life and experience things on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
So I hope that answered that question.
Yeah, you did a great job of answering. I fully support you in any of those decisions, but think you'll come to the right one. And it's exciting to think about, and you do have a little time to plan. So, big things coming from Hannah and Zuli.
I know. I hope so. I hope so. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we'll do like a semi hard hitter, I guess. None of these are too hard hitting, but just a little something something.
Sure.
Um I thought about this the other day because I was out and I was watching these kids play. I was at a brewery and I was like watching these children just run around in circles and I was like
Don't hit me with the kids.
and I was
Don't.
like these kids are quite literally entertained by running around in circles chasing each other. And then I looked at my friend and I was like, what if adults just acted like kids? Like we just ran around in circles. But and then this is where my question is what qualities do you think adults should like keep from childhood? Because I feel like kids are so pure and there's so many things about kids that like adults could
This is
learn.
good. 100%. I feel like you know this too from teaching kids growing up.
Yeah.
Both of us have been in environments as an adult as well as like growing up where we were always around other kids no matter the age.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just something to your point so pure and like meaningful about what they say, like whether it's good or bad, like they mean it, like they don't really know how to lie or have the intentions to lie, like they're just
Right.
being themselves. So that's a quality I think, in the sense of just being so authentically yourself. Like when you're a kid, you don't really know what's cool or what's weird or what people's perception are of you. You're just there to live. And I think that kind of carefree nature is definitely something I think us as adults work to have. And it's so funny, like people go to therapy and spend a lot of time working on themselves to heal the inner child. And like
True.
so much of your opinions, how you treat people, your morals come from those first formative years of your life
Mm-hmm.
that I think we're all searching in ways to incorporate as much as that into our present day, like adult bodies and adult routines. I think a great opportunity that adults have is to just embrace one another for that. Like I see my friends kind of nerd out on little things here and there, and like it's so comfortable to be at the age we're at, and like I'm not gonna call someone weird or call someone out for their things, and my friends
Right.
know like, oh, that's her weird little thing. Like we're just gonna let Kenna be Kenna.
Yeah. Just gonna
Um,
accept it and move on.
yeah, something I guess I would see and want on a global perspective. I think I've surrounded myself with good people, but just how open kids are to everything, whether
Yeah.
it's ideas, whether it's to other people. I think as we grow, sometimes we can get so close minded, and we're all guilty of this, but truly looking to be a positive light or see someone else's perspective and grow, whether we agree with it or not.
Mm-hmm.
And like something I find with kids too is oftentimes like they're not resorting to violence. Like they can sit there and communicate feelings and say, hey, this hurt, blah blah blah, like I didn't like when you did this.
Yeah.
And I think if we as adults resorted back to that and felt that kind of like safe space of like a playground that kids feel,
Mm-hmm.
like I think it would solve and heal a lot of our like internal wounds. So
Yeah, for sure.
just those kind of things.
Yeah. I sometimes whenever I'm like thinking life is hard or just like going through stuff, I'm like I to be a kid again. Like kids really they have no like there's no like metric for anything. It's just like they're so like pure and just like I don't know. It's just
Well, and when you're a kid, you just want to grow up because you want to be taken
exactly.
seriously and be an adult.
I
And then
know.
you look back and you're like, oh. And so it's one of those things like you never have that hindsight until you have it, and it's typically too late.
I know. I know.
So
Okay, that was a good answer. I like that.
thank you. Okay, my next question to you: tell me something juicy.
What?
You gotta come up with something, girly.
Girl, don't put me on the spot. Juicy.
Juicy. I should
Something
save this for a different time, but
juicy? Like about what? About me? About somebody else? About
it's completely up to you. I left it open. I didn't do you like that.
something juicy.
Just give us a little spice for our life, okay?
Oh my god.
It could be about someone else, Don't feel like you got to put yourself on blast.
I know, like, should I out myself? Not that I can't think of anything about myself in the moment right now. Oh, this is hilarious. This is not juicy. This is just a little like prequel to the juice, I guess. This is so random.
Okay.
There's a girl in one of my classes, and I follow her on Instagram because she's in one of my groups. And she literally posted yesterday or the day before something about Mr. Beast asked me, or Mr. Beast's team contacted me and asked me to be in a video. Should I do it? And I'm like, wait, what?
I do think he reaches out to kids in North Carolina because he lives in North Carolina.
Is this real? Like, should I believe her? I'm like, is this a scam? Is she just
Why would she lie?
I don't know. I don't know.
You should be friends in case she wins money.
I should ask her about it. I haven't seen her.
Sometimes it's school versus school because I think he lives near Greenville. Because I see so many ECU kids post with him all the time, and I'm like, what the fuck you doing, Mr. Beast?
I need to ask her because I haven't seen her in person since she posted that. Like, I haven't had the class that I have with her.
You should do it for us, the channel.
So I'm about to ask her and be like, wait, what is this? And how do I get in on it?
Right. That's right hand. That's payroll activities.
No, literally. That just came to my mind. But as far as juice,
yeah.
Let's see. That was kind of juicy. I don't know if it was the like area of juice that you wanted, but that was a little juicy.
Dirty. I just wanted a little something.
The only other like juicy / funny thing that happened the other day, which I've already told you about, was that, and this is so funny. I love when stuff like this happens because you're just like, I really know everything and no one knows anything. What happened was I was in class and there's a girl who I have kind of become friends with a little bit. Like I think she's similar. I think she's the same age as me, or she's a little bit younger. But we are kind of into the same thing, so we've kind of become friends. And we started class one day, and she was like over on the other side of the classroom talking to some boy, and I just assumed she's friends with him. I don't know this guy, whatever. She comes back, she sits down, we go about our day, and when class is over, everybody leaves, and I stayed back a minute to ask the teacher a question. And so I was leaving class, and this boy that my new friend, or whatever we want to call, I'll say her name. It's a general name. Caroline is her name. She
put her on blast.
What's up, Caroline? If you listen, and shout out to you, which I know you're not, but
you
hey girl,
know.
hey. So Caroline, the boy that Caroline was talking to, is like in the hallway of the building when I leave class. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know why he was there, but he was there. And so then he starts walking, like right as I'm approaching him. So now I'm walking behind him, and we're walking in the same direction, leaving the building. And he picks up his phone and he starts talking on the phone. He's like, oh, bro, like, I just found out some news that I'm about to cry about, bro. Like, shit got me fucked up, whatever. And I'm guessing his friend like asked what it was, and he goes, I think Caroline got a boyfriend. And I was like, oh my God, he's talking about the Caroline that's in our class. I know he is because he was just talking to her. We were just in that class. And then like we just left. So like it has to be the Caroline that's in this class. Her. And so I was like standing behind him listening to his phone conversation. And in my head, I'm like, I know who he's talking about. And I know like the situation, but he has no idea that I know.
Right. He's just to him. You're fly on the wall.
Exactly. He's just minding his business, talking to his bro, thinking that nobody important is around, which like I'm not important to him in any way. But I knew what he was talking about.
He know. You could put in a good word for him.
I know I could. And actually, I don't think she has a boyfriend. I think that was just like one of her friends, because I think she like got picked up, or she got in the car with some guy and he saw it or something. And like I think that was just her friend or something. I don't think she actually has a boyfriend.
You could be a matchmaker, and maybe he's got cute friends for you.
He might. I know. Honestly, worth a shot.
Gotta think ahead.
So yeah, that was hilarious. And when things like that happen, when like that something that they
Right.
don't know, it's just funny.
You're like, do I involve myself or no?
I know. And he just kept going. He was like, "Oh, bro, I'm so heartbroken." Blah 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 blah. I'm like, "Dang, this guy's down bad over Caroline."
Meanwhile, he's texting another girl at the same time.
Probably.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised.
They always are.
Pretty much. So that's my little ounce of juice for the hour.
That's thank you for bringing the juice. Thank you for bringing the juice.
It's pretty good. Okay. All right. This one's also on a fun note, so I'm gonna keep this going.
Okay.
As we know, well, as you know, and as I know, I'm going to see Drake in concert very soon.
Don't ask me what you should wear.
I'm not. I'm gonna ask you, what do I need to do to stand out and get myself called up on stage? Because lately he's been calling bitches up on stage.
Well, I know he does the thing where he wants people to throw bras at him.
Yeah.
So you could bring a bra. I think a lot of people take the approach of bringing a really big bra. I think you could bring a really small
one. Like
just
a microscopic.
Yeah, get a little Skims, like micro triangle one, just to throw him off the set, because then he doesn't know what size tits you have.
That's true. True.
Honestly, I feel like he's the kind of guy that wants a girl that keeps it subtle. I don't think you go bold colors. I don't think you go flashy. I don't think you say, Drake, pick me. I don't think you make a poster. I think you just stand there vibing. Like,
that's why I was thinking about wearing my dog shirt with like a street style outfit and just vibing and just singing the songs and hope that he sees and calls me up, because that's what happened. Have you not seen all those TikToks about this girl Angel who got called up on stage? We're on opposite sides of TikToks. I was gonna say,
we ain't on the same side. You're on Drake.
Well, there was this girl at his last show, or maybe like one of his most recent shows, and her name was Angel, and she is viral now because of this. She was in the audience and she wasn't doing anything besides just singing every word to every song. And 21 Savage was like, yo, Drake, there's some girl over here that knows every word to every song. Like, I ain't never seen some girl know all the words like this. And Drake's like, where's she? I know. And Drake was like, where's she at? He goes, right there. And then Drake said, bring her up here. And he brought her up there, and they just started rapping to each other. And then when she was done, he goes, hey, get her whatever she wants tonight. Security, get her whatever she wants. And I'm like, how can that be me? I'm trying to be Angel, okay?
She's like, I want you, Drake, pick me.
Literally. So maybe I just need to manifest it and not actually do anything.
Yeah. I think you and Sam just gotta get hype. Like,
I know. And we will.
I know. He must have never been looking, because she can't be the first girl that knows every word.
Was
she pretty? She must have been really freaking pretty.
She was blonde and skinny, so like, I guess.
I do feel like he's a blonde and skinny kind of gal. So maybe
21 Savage was the one who pointed her out.
Still.
Yeah, I don't know.
I could see them both having the same type.
I could see that too, but then there was another TikTok where he like called some girl bad as fuck. He was like, she is so bad, blah 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 blah. Like she threw a bra on stage, and he was like, who this belong to? And then he goes, damn, shawty, you bad as hell. And she was not a tiny skinny blonde girl. So I was like,
I also kind of have to sometimes say those things.
I know, but like,
not to discredit the girl, I'm sure she's fucking gorgeous.
Right, they all are in their own manner, but I can't even decide what his type is based on all the hoes that he's pointing at, saying, have you seen all the
drama with the Bobby Antonoff thing?
Yes,
he kind of did her dirty. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know what's true and what's not, though, because really, all I know is that, which maybe he did, all I know is that she deleted the interview off of her YouTube page with him and deleted like all the press for it, and then they unfollowed each other.
You know why?
I don't know. People are saying a multitude. I know the theories, but I don't know what is the correct one.
What I believe happened was, I don't remember the exact scenario, but they were talking about a song, and he ended up playing one of his songs.
It was Tyga's song.
Yeah. And then copyrighted her for the song because he owned it. And she was like...
It was Tyga's song.
I know, but I think he has credits on it and has the power to copyright it. It's not like... Because I don't know. That's what I heard.
That's one of the theories.
I thought that was a little dirty.
If that's true, that is fucked. But there's another theory that they hooked up and like something went wrong. There's another theory that like... I don't
Ain't
think
no
so.
way.
That one's not as valid, I don't think.
No.
Then there's another theory that it's a PR stunt. There's all theory. There's all these
I
theories.
don't think it's a PR stunt. I think
I
because
don't
she really
know.
did something with that, and there's no way she would take it down unless because
Unless something actually happened.
it was something like she had to give him all the money from the episode, and she was like, "Well, I'll just delete it if
That's
you're gonna be
crazy.
like that." Because I think I don't know who paid for what, but money got involved,
Well,
and I was
no
like,
one
"That's
spoke
unfortunate."
about any of it either. Like she hasn't come forward and said anything, and Drake hasn't either. So I'm like,
I think she went on a podcast and talked about it because I think I've seen clip, but I haven't I didn't watch the whole thing. But I know
I
he
don't
hasn't
know.
said anything. But obviously, I
No,
don't
no,
think he
no.
would, regardless.
No, he's not going to. But yeah, no, I did hear about all that, and honestly, I was just sad because I wanted to watch that interview again. I mean, I watched it the first time, so that's fine. But it was a good interview. She's a good interviewer, so that
I feel like there's a bunch of girls though trying to copy her style of kind of being like a shy, timid girl,
I know.
like doing interviews with big celebrities now. Because a bunch of girls came out the woodwork, and I'm like, how y'all getting these big behind people on here? And you're just like, so how did you get your start? Like, come up with something better.
Yeah. Okay. What was that question? Oh, I was
think you
asking
asked
you.
me.
Yeah, I was asking you how do I get on stage for Drake?
Yeah. Just be yourself. Maybe wear a blonde wig.
I should have gone when my hair was blonde.
Yeah. Okay. My next question for you. How in your dream world do you want to decorate your apartment? What style are you going for? What's the vibe? How do you want to feel when you come home every day?
Okay. Let's see. I honestly don't know what my dream apartment style is, but for right now, I would say I want to feel like peace when I walk in. Like I want it to be calm, cozy, a little bit of character here and there, but also still chic and like not modern, but like I don't know, like I'm really
Clean
going
lines.
I'm going for like the cool tones, the grays, the dark charcoals, a little bit of black, a little bit of blue here and there, some white sprinkled in, some like plants, some little bit of this, a little bit of that, maybe like a tiny bit of woods here and there. Just like an overall cozy, comfy, like chill, peaceful environment, if that makes sense.
I like it. I like
So
your color palette a lot. That's a big first step.
Thank you. I think the color palette is coming together, and I am happy with the choice. So I'm excited to further decorate and like really pull it all together. But yeah, I think that's my vibe that I'm going for.
I like it. I mean, it takes time.
It does.
You're never
time.
done doing it,
No.
especially as you continue to get bigger and bigger spaces, and then one day own property. Like,
it's and it's always changing too.
Yeah,
there's parts of it that change. So
styles change, what you want changes.
Yeah,
quality change. I don't know. So many things.
what I need to do is hire a freaking personal interior. Whenever I get the money, like an actual, like when I am a big girl with real money and a real house, like I think I just really need to hire somebody. Not because I can't do it or don't want to do it or I'm not good at it, but like something about a professional doing it is just better. It just hits different. I know. That's what I'm saying. When I have real money to pay you, you'll be coming to my house. Well, I mean, I use you for free now as just a friend for advice.
I'll do it for free then.
I'll still throw you a couple.
Little
something. But yeah, that's my vibe currently.
I like it.
Thank you.
I feel like I need like 10, maybe not 10, maybe like 5 different apartments for the vibes I want, you know?
I feel that. I was going to say that. I could change, like I like so many different things that I'm like, I don't know what's really me, but this is just what I'm going for now, so.
Yeah, you just got to stick with one. That's my biggest advice is like commit to it until you're ready to fully recommit.
Yeah, true. Okay, let's see. I'm going to ask you a couple more, I think. Let's see. Okay, this one's pretty good. What would you say? Well, I'm just excited to hear this answer. I don't know if you'll like this question. What would you say your toxic traits are? And let's be honest, okay?
I wasn't ready for this today. I need to marinate.
Well, go ahead and marinate for about 3 seconds and then come back with your answer.
Okay. So I'd like to say I take a lot of pride in the self growth that I have had in my life. By no means am I perfect, nor will I ever be,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I've really tried to eliminate as many toxic traits as I once had. Most of my
Fair.
toxic traits are self-sabotaging, so in a way I don't mind sharing them because I'm not harming other people with
Mm-hmm.
them. I'm just hurting myself, which sucks.
Right.
Um but I have a couple that um you know, I would say fall into the other people category.
Okay. You can withhold or not what you wish, but
I feel like the main one that hurts myself
okay.
is I will actively seek for things I don't need to or want to know about just to feel
Mm-hmm.
like I know what's going on. And it's not for my eyes to see, it's not for my eyes to know, but I do have
Mm.
my sources and I find out what I need to know. And I don't
Mm.
need to know, and that's the
Mm.
issue. But
That's
I have say
facts.
I've gotten a lot better over time. I really don't do that anymore, and as soon as I do it, I can recognize it, acknowledge it. Um, I'm very good at self-reflecting and being self-aware.
That's
So
good.
I've also gotten to a place where prior in my life, if I saw something I didn't like or found out something that I had a hunch about and did some sleuthing and figured out, I would spiral for probably weeks to months.
Yeah,
Um,
it would cause something
yeah,
not
I would
good for your mental
severely
health.
be like depressed and think about it, and it would weigh on me. Where
Yeah.
now, I think about it for maybe 5 minutes and then I move on.
And then you're like, okay, this is not serving me, so
Yeah,
I'm gonna
thank you.
stop thinking
Next,
about it.
I can go
Thank
through
you
the
freaking
process
next.
of recognizing this is toxic for me. It doesn't benefit me. It doesn't affect my self worth. It's not for me to know. An image or something like that is just merely an image. I don't know what went on behind that. I don't know the people in it. Like,
For sure.
I think the phone, and I just don't spend as much time on my phone either. It's not as important to me. It's not where I find value anymore. And I found how much time I was sucking into just looking at what people were doing or just seeing what was up. And it's not even one specific person or a type of person in my life. It's like just random people. Like, why does that matter? And it doesn't affect me.
Definitely.
So that's one of them. Two, sometimes I expect people to know why I'm upset, why I'm pissed off, what they did wrong without me communicating to them.
Mm.
And I do think there's a sense of self awareness that I hope everyone has, as well as, like, especially if you've been in my life for a little bit, I'm very transparent about who I am, what I want the standards to be, what I don't. Um, Bless you.
Thanks, sorry.
She's really been sneezing over there, you guys. But sometimes my response to people's lack of awareness is silence rather than saying, hey,
Mm.
what you did makes me feel like this. Or I feel as if we're not communicating effectively for what I want. Or why am I finding out about things from other people rather than you? Like, I should just say those things because it cuts to the chase.
Right. It gets all the middle part out of the way.
Yeah, because then I'm also holding on to like a lot of emotions that I don't want to or need to be if I would just vocalize my feelings, so people can develop patterns and recognize how they want me to feel, because sometimes they don't even realize that's how it's making me feel, but it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then kind of my last one, I am easily persuaded.
Hmm.
Um
Let's talk about it.
um I know who I am to the core of my being, but am always and will always be down for a good time.
Yeah.
And there's times where I know to my core it's not what I want, it's not
Mm.
what I should do, and
Mm.
it's not like what's best for me. Like, a great example is working out.
Mm.
I can always talk myself out of not working out. It
There's
takes
always
more
a reason not to.
yeah, there's more
Yeah.
effort for me to go into to talk myself too. And I've gotten better at it, and I'm getting better at being disciplined and knowing what I need rather than what I want. My
Yeah.
whole life I've been really fortunate and just could kind of do what I want as I want it. Obviously, I grew up with like rules and stuff, but financially, status wise, travel wise, like, and there's definitely things I haven't done that I wanted. And I don't want this to sound like I'm a brat, but like,
No, 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 no. You've
if
just
I
had
want, this, I go get it.
You've
If
had the
I
resources.
want to visit a friend, I book a trip. Like, if I want, like, and we've all done this. How many times do we go out and we're saying, oh, I'm just going to have one drink?
Yep.
And then I wake up the next morning, like, hungover.
Not after more than one drink.
After more than one drink, staying out until bars close. And it's like, okay, we don't need to stay out until bars close. We don't need to go out every night. So I'm getting a lot better at that. And that's not to say I still won't go have fun, but it's also there's times where like I genuinely don't want to go out. I don't want to drink, but I get talked into it just to be with my friends. And it's like, there will be more times, there will be other people, and it's okay for you to want. So those are my 3. I'll wrap it up.
Okay. No, that's good. Self-awareness is key. And it helps us grow. So I think that those are all good things to acknowledge and be working on.
And I'll say too, to Hannah's point, they're all things I recognize and all things I've tremendously grown in. I still might not be perfect, but where I once was to where I am now, like I do say no to things.
Yeah.
It's just
that's good. That's good.
You know, I just like to have fun. Goodness.
She's like, I'm just here for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah, that's kind of the motto. Okay. This one's really funny.
Okay.
If and when I ever really do become on payroll, what does this look like for you, and what are the benefits for me? Like, pitch
Girl,
what? Me what I can get.
What do you want to know? Like, what you get? Health insurance? Is those types of benefits? Or are you talking about like room and board free of charge whenever we travel? Like, which?
Yeah. Like, what role do I play as a part of your team? What compensations are you looking to give me for joining your team based off my services?
She said, based on my expertise, what is salary are we talking?
Well, it's just like, am I your personal assistant? Am I your creative director? Like, what role am I playing? And like, how do you see this relationship working so I can start considering my career options?
I am dead. Okay.
I thought this would be funny, more so for the funnies of it, you know.
Yeah. If and when I ever become at a place where I can afford to put you on payroll, I think she goes, tell me more. I think that your responsibilities would low-key be everything, but also you would get fairly compensated. Okay.
You
would get compensated for the work that you do. No, I think the main thing would be, well, number 1, you would make my thumbnails without a question.
Okay, sure.
Number 2 is you would definitely have a hand in the creative director role. I don't know if you would be the creative director, but you would be up there on the totem pole. I don't know who else I'm working with here, but you would definitely be on the creative
talent.
No, you'd be on the creative director team for sure. Don't know if you'd be the president or vice president, but like you're there.
Happy to be part of the team.
What else would you be doing? Honestly, I could just like, I view this as I'm really just paying you to be my friend, and then also dabble in the business a little bit.
Sure.
Like I just want you there to just like be a part of the process, and also creative direct, and also like help with behind the scenes stuff, because you know a lot about, I feel like you know a little bit more about like you're better with editing and like video stuff and like stuff like that, and also just like the industry as a whole. I feel like you're more creative.
Well, that's such an honor.
So
I wouldn't say I'm better at editing, but I do love being creative, and
but you're better with like all the like fancy like softwares like Photoshop and like all of that stuff. I'm not very versed in.
No, I would love to help. I would do that now for free.
So that's your specialty. And also, I had one more thing.
Do I have to do your errands?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think somebody else would be there for that.
Oh, she's got a staff.
I mean, if it's just you and me, then like we in this together. We would do everything together. Fair. But if I had enough to have like a couple other people on the team,
right?
I just think
would I be your first hire or no?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
I don't know anybody else.
I didn't know if you were gonna outsource management or something.
I mean, I don't know if I would have a manager. It would either be a manager or you or both at the same time. Like those would that would be my first goals.
Heard.
Maybe you would be my manager. Are you qualified?
I could do anything.
Tell me what you can offer to me. Tell me what you
Good pivot. Now that is a client I like. She knows what she wants.
Tell me how your services will benefit me, ma'am.
Okay. For realsies?
Sure.
Okay. So how I envision this going is similar to what you said, really just along for the ride. I feel like I've always been really good at just filling in whatever roles needed at the time and place, like on your graduation to call and cancel the reservation. No one else was stepping up to do that. I'm here to step up and call to do that.
That's facts.
It's like, but doing that in every capacity of like, obviously you need a thumbnail. I love making thumbnails. I'm good with the softwares, like you said. So I am your tech wizard.
That's
I
true.
also would like to be your personal morale booster, like the hype girl, you know. I would love to be in charge of managing your press, you know, good stuff out there, you know, get you opportunities to be in front of these articles, these papers. We got to get you that blue check, baby. We got to get you the blue check.
I like what I'm hearing.
Obviously, I want to be one of the brains behind the creatives, throwing out ideas, having meetings. I love conducting a good business meeting. So when we need to talk numbers, when we need to talk equity, when we need to talk this and deadlines, and then obviously for me, I also want to think big picture for you. This sounds so cheesy. Not just month to month of where we're going to get our next brand deal. It's like, what's the vision of next year in April? Who are we collabing with? Is she releasing her own line? What are those next steps? Can I package your packages? Because that's also a dream of mine to own a boutique, but that's a different story. So just all things. Like, I want to do it all. And
I know. That's why I feel like you would do everything, which sounds like a lot, but like.
I know. It really and truly, until someone else alpha came into my life and could do it better than me, I would do it all.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, and I think it would be fun while we're doing it. So
somebody can make me go viral because I need this to happen. Not even for me, but for us.
For us, the team.
For us.
For the fans. Come on.
For the fans. For the fans. As
your publicist, PR says, for the fans.
For the freaking fans. That's the motto.
So yeah, do all those things. Also, occasional stylist.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. I forgot about that one. Yeah. There's a lot of personal ways I could use you like that. Stylist.
Right.
Oh yeah. A
whole day could be dedicated to what's hot, what's coming, what's the vibes. Just what are the vibes? Can I find them?
What's that TikTok time that's like, I know the vibes, I know what the girlies want, and like that's
the vibe.
Yeah. That's good.
I do feel like that is me. I'm kind of the pace setter. I'm not the one out there being like, this is it. I'm just like, this is it. Now go spread. Like
Yeah.
So you're my this is it girl, and I'm your this is it.
And you're the you're the whisperer, and I'm the that's good. I like that. I think we have a solid foundation, and my people will be reaching out to your people when we get to that point.
So I will be reaching out to myself.
Yes. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Well, that was good.
That's called being visionaries, Han.
That's true. That's real. Yep. That's information. If y'all are listening, you need workshop here.
Watch out.
This is the idea.
Someone else is gonna try to poach me. They're gonna be like, she's
literally. Yeah. Okay. I have a few more questions, but I feel like should we wrap?
We only asked like 4 questions.
2, 3, 4. Mine has 5 marked down.
Did
I just ask you, or did you ask me?
I asked you.
Well, then how do I have one more?
Did I not cross this one out? Oh, no, I didn't cross this one off. Okay. So I have 5.
Okay, I have 5 too. I'm just looking at the time and I'm thinking we have an hour.
I know, but I want to keep going. So let's wrap it.
Okay. Are we wrapping?
Yeah, I guess, because if we filmed another, I just want it to go on to like a 3rd episode, not like this long one.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Well, you heard it here first. That's going to be the end. We'll have more fun Q&As coming up, but like we said, these always just turn out to be the best and the juiciest. So like and subscribe, because clearly there's going to be a lot more, because we got a lot more questions to ask.
Ooh, that's right.
She's at Ranzuli on everything, and I'm at Kanacasto on everything. So, go like and subscribe, and we will see you in another video real soon. Bye.
Bye.